What is up, guys? Welcome back to a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links data mine video. Third one for today. I've been working hard on these videos for you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying them, and thank you guys so much for the support on the two previous videos. For everybody watching this video, though, if you haven't checked out my two previous videos, I put them on the top right. Put the little eye icon on there. You guys can go check out my Yusei skills video and my Jack and Crow Yusei skill, or not Jack and Crow skills and all that stuff. So if you haven't checked those out, be sure to go check those out. Thank you guys so much for the support on these data mine videos. I'm going to keep them coming for you guys and all that good stuff. And let's just dive into today's video. So today's video, of course, we're going to be talking about the Dark Signer skills. We're going to be talking about skills for Carly Carmine and Kalin Kessler. At least I'm just going to say the dub names because I don't know the sub names because I haven't watched the sub from start to finish. I know some people are always complaining about what's better dubbed than subbed and shenanigans, but I watched the dubbed when I was a kid, so yeah. Anyways, we're going to be talking about skills for both of those Dark Signers. It's going to be a ton of fun for today's video. If you guys are excited, be sure to go hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new for some more Duel Links data mine content. But of course, you should always wait to watch the video before you like and subscribe. I just got to say that stuff at the beginning to remind you boys. Let's just go dive in today's leak video. So we're going to go over here. We're going to first talk about Carly's skill. There's not really that much Carly skills, I'll tell you guys that much. And also, if you want to skip past Carly's skills and go to Kalin right away, I'll put in the description and in the comment section down below Carly's skills and what timestamp that's for her, and then also Kalin's skills and stuff like that in that timestamp. So if you want to skip ahead, timestamps are in the description and in the comment section down below. Nonetheless, yeah, Carly doesn't really have that much skills whatsoever. Feels bad. But first, we're going to talk about Time Passage. Increase the level of one face of Fortune Lady monster you control by 3 until the end phase. This skill can be used once per turn. I don't really know too much about Fortune Ladies, like, at all. I never played Fortune Ladies before, so for anybody that plays Fortune Ladies and played them in the past in the TCG, you guys can go tell me in the comment section down below, and hopefully some other people, if the skill is interesting or good for the archetype. But yeah, I never played Fortune Ladies before, so I'm not too sure how useful this effect is. I probably should have researched beforehand, but I've been pretty, like, rushed to get a ton of videos out for this leak stuff because I don't want to wait too forever on this, so my bad. But still, skill, increase the level 1 face of Fortune Lady monster controlled by 3 until the end phase. Hope maybe that can combo to maybe some synchro summons or some like potentials to use certain skills. I love beatdown, so I always think of beatdown as a viable skill for certain decks if it's a high level, but yeah, there's that skill. And then next up we have Fortune Booster. At the beginning of your turn, you can reduce the level of Fortune Lady's monsters you control by 1. So pretty interesting skill. Just I'm gonna guess that Fortune Ladies definitely, mess around with, raising and lowering the levels of them. That's clearly what I'm getting from there. I definitely probably should have researched the Fortune Ladies beforehand, but too late now. But yeah, Carly, once she gets introduced to the game, we're gonna get Fortune Ladies, so that's gonna be pretty cool right there. Of course, Carly used Fortune Ladies in the show, so it makes sense and all that good stuff. And then yeah, I wish there was like some cards to like correspond with Carly, because when we're going to talk about Kalin, there's a ton of cards that correspond with it stuff, so it's kind of easier to like hypothesize and stuff like that, like what would be kind of good, especially when it comes into Duel Links. But so far we only have 2 skills for Carly so far, at least that's what I found, and they're just pretty much just raising and lowering the levels of Fortune Ladies. So there's that. I don't really know what else to really say, so you guys can go into the comment section down below and tell me your guys' thoughts on this. Next up though, we're going to be talking about Kalin. Now Kalin has a ton of stuff to talk about, and the bulk of the video is going to be talking about Kalin as a Dark Signer. But the first skill we're going to talk about, while I don't think this is going to be an exclusive skill to Kalin, I can definitely see the skill being for Carly and Kalin and future Dark Signer characters if they decide to add them. Which, by the way, Konami, can you please add my girl Misty Lola, best Dark Signer in my opinion? Please do so. Please add that as a playable character. Nonetheless, though, Earthbound Shield. Until your opponent's next end phase, Earthbound monsters you control are not destroyed by their effects. The skill can be used once per duel. So, Earthbound Immortals, when you get them on the board, they will get destroyed if your field spell gets destroyed. So, using a skill like Earthbound Shield is going to be pretty nice because you're going to be able to protect your Earthbounds for a whole turn. Because, yeah, if your opponent somehow either destroys your Earthbound Mortal through a card effect or destroys the field spell through a card effect or whatever, your Earthbound monster will be fine through the skill temporarily, which is going to be pretty cool. So, yeah, I threw this in, like, the Kalin line of, like, skills and stuff like that, but that could easily be for Carly, for Kalin, or any other Dark Signer that Konami might add into the future. So far, we only have 2 Dark Signers, is Carly and Kalin, but Come on, my girl Missy Lola, please. Please. So yeah, Earthbound Shield, little generic skill right there. Protects the Dark Earthbound Immortals, which is going to be pretty cool right there. So you don't need to always rely on the field spell to be on the board and all that stuff. Next up, we're going to be talking about Dark Tuning. Dark Tuning, at the beginning of the duel, add 2 Infernity Avengers to your deck and 100 Ice Dragon to your extra deck. So what I've been noticing about all these like skills that I've been talking about is that there's been a lot of skills where for each of the characters, they adds 2 of the tuner of the monster and then 1 of the synchro monster into the extra deck. Yusei had a skill like this where it adds 2 junk synchron to the deck and 1 Stardust Dragon to the deck. Jack had a skill like this where it added 2 Dark Resonate, 2 Dark Resonator and 1 Red Dragon Archfiend. And then Crow also had a skill that added 2 of this, I already forgot the Blackwing's name was. It was the 2-star 1400 attack Blackwing, or was it 1200? I don't know, but yeah, all of the characters, it seems to have skills like these where it adds 2 of the tuner and 1 of the extra deck. But interestingly though, Kalin has 2 types of skills like this. So, but before we talk about his other skill, let's first talk about Infernity Avengers. So, Infernity Avenger is a 1-star fiend tuner effect. When a monster you control except Infernity Avenger is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster and sent to the graveyard, while you have no cards in your hand, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. In that case, the level of this card is equal to the level of your destroyed monster. A really cool effect right there. So, with the deck, you know, you're gonna have yeah, if you need to have no cards, and with Infernities, there's a couple skills that we can talk about where you start off with no cards, which is interesting. But Infernities, from what I've known, is that you always want 0. You don't want any cards in your hand. I'll put a fist right here because you don't want any cards in your hand for Infernities. So that's very interesting right there to me. And Infernities back in the day I heard were just broken. Blackwings and Infernities are like the 2 big decks. So it's kind of cool that we have both characters, Crow and Kalin, for some news and stuff like that. But yeah, what I kind of can guess with Infernity Avenger is that with Infernities, you're going to probably want to use one of the effects to discard Avenger from a graveyard, and then when your opponent destroys one of your Infernity monsters, you can just special summon Infernity Avenger back into the board with his effect right there if you have no cards in your hand. Hopefully your opponent cannot destroy your Infernity Avenger and stuff like that. And I guess like Infernity Avenger has multiple uses. Like it can save you from a duel because you only had 1 monster on the board, you had Avenger in the graveyard. Your monster gets destroyed by your opponent and they have another monster that's about to take out your life points. Good thing with Infernity Avenger, you can special summon it back on the board to protect yourself for another turn. Or, and then I guess not or, but then also if Infernity Avenger is still on the board after you popped off its graveyard effect, you can next turn hopefully go into a synchro summon, which would be pretty cool. So that's a pretty cool effect right there, and clearly Kalin's ace like tuner monster is going to be Infernity Avenger because we're going to get 2 of them and with his skill right there. And we're also going to talk about 100 Ice Dragon. I recognize this card because this card was from the anime when Yusei and Kalin first dueled. So 100 Ice Dragon is an 8-star Dark Dragon synchro with the effect 1 Dark Tuner and 1 or more non-fiend type monsters. Once per turn, you can banish a 6 or lower Dark effect monster from your graveyard until the end phase. This card's names become that banished monsters. It replaces this effect with that banished monster's original effects. This card is destroyed into the graveyard. You can add an Earthbound Immortal monster for your deck to your hand. Super cool right there. So it can combo with the Infernities, of course. So if you want to get one of your Infernities effects, you can give that effect to 100 Ice Dragon if you want. If you're using this for an Earthbound Immortal deck, if it gets destroyed, you can add an Earthbound Immortal from your deck to your hand. It could be any one of them. It's not just Kalin's ace monster. So that's pretty interesting right there. But getting this guy out is going to be complicated because it takes a Dark Tuner and a non-tuner fiend type monsters. So very specific, but if you're playing Infernities, you will have no problem with that because Infernities are dark monsters and you can easily have a Dark Tuner and stuff like that. So very cool right there. 100 Ice Dragon, I don't think is going to be as good as this other dragon I'm going to talk about. So we have another skill which is pretty much the exact same as the previous skill we just talked about, except this one adds Doom Dragon instead. So Avenger and Doom Dragon, at the beginning of the duel, you can add 2 Infernity Avengers to your deck and add 1 Infernity Doom Dragon. So we're not going to talk about Infernity Avenger again, but we are going to talk about Infernity Doom Dragon, which this card is very interesting. So Infernity Doom Dragon is an 8-star Dark Dragon synchro with the effect. It takes 1 Dark Tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, if you have no cards in your hand, you can select a monster your opponent controls, destroy that monster, and inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of its attack. This card cannot attack in the same turn you activate this effect. 3,000 attack and 2,400 defense. And this card is very interesting to me. So yeah, it's an Infernity card, so you need to have no cards in your hand to pop off with that effect. You can select a monster your opponent controls and destroy that monster to inflict your opponent half damage. Like, that's crazy, especially because this game we start off with 4,000 life points. even though For Hires probably won't be meta anymore by the time this card gets added to Duel Links, still, you can take out your opponent's Dyna, inflict half of that damage to them just like that. Like, you take away one of their monsters and inflict a ton of damage to them. If you don't want to attack, this guy still has, or if you don't want to use this effect, this guy has a beefy 3,000 attack points to just attack into whatever you want. That's crazy. And also, just because this card can't attack, you can still play its effect to get rid of your opponent's monsters and then potentially attack with another card that's already on your board. Like, that's kind of crazy. Infernity Doom Dragon sounds like a really good card to get. And I am curious too, considering that Kalin has two like skills like this where you get to add, because like let's talk about this, like just a retrack real quick. Infernity, nope, not Infernity Offender. Dark Tuner, this one adds 100 Eyes Dragon and Infernity Offender to the deck, and then this one over here adds Infernity Doom Dragon. Which one is going to be Kalin's ace monster? Because when I talked about these previous skills that are pretty much exactly the same as it, but for the different characters, like for example, how Yusei had Junk Warrior plus Stardust Dragon, I felt like that with Stardust Dragon, that's going to be Yusei's ace monster, but then the skill can also add like another copy of Stardust Dragon. I'm kind of curious on which is going to be Kalin's ace monster. It's probably just going to be the Earthbound Immortal that you guys can see in the background right there, but who knows, maybe they'll make his ace monster Infernity Doom Dragon or 100 Eyes Dragon, but most likely it's Earthbound Immortal now, thinking about it. Very interesting though, and it's going to be kind of cool that we're going to be able to choose which version that we want to play and stuff like that. Next up, we're going to be talking about this card right here. Now, I am not sure if this is going to be a usable skill right away. Like I said, I never played Infernities, so I don't know if you want to begin to duel 0 cards in your hand, or what's cool about Infernities is that maybe you can get your combo going if you started off with 4 cards and then use the Infernities to get rid of all of them. But okay, so anyways, handless combo Infernity, begin a duel 0 starting hand and 1 Infernity Doom Dragon on your side of the field. So yeah, first of all, that's kind of crazy. You start off with the board with Infernity Doom Dragon right away. But like I was kind of like trying to like convey my thoughts at the beginning of that, would it be good to start off the duel like this, where you have no starting cards in your hand at all? Because, of course, you can draw into one of your Infernities, play its effect, and stuff like that. But would you want to start off with a starting hand of 4, use the Infernities in your hand to go for the combos, and then get your board set up, and then once you have no cards in your hand, then you can start getting the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And potentially the skill could be like an event-only skill. Like, maybe we'll have some super cool Dark Signer event sometimes in Duel, and sometime in Duel Link, where we're going to be able to lock Kalin and Carly. And it's like Signer versus Dark Signer, and then like how the event will flow is that we're going to be able to battle Kalin with exclusive skills for the event only. I feel like that might be the case. But hey, starting off with Infernity Doom Dragon right away seems pretty cool right there, considering that Infernity Doom Dragon is pretty cool. So starting off the duel right away like that would be insane. So I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be an event only skill possibly. Next up, we're going to be talking about handless combo. Pretty much the exact same thing. We get into duel 0 starting hand and 100 Eyes Dragon onto your field. Exactly the same thing right there. You start off with 100 Eyes Dragon onto your field, start off with 0 cards. Pretty simple right there. I don't really want to dive too much in that because I kind of have the same opinions with this one and the previous skill we just talked about. But yeah, and also I feel like I think Konami knows that the handless combo Infinity is better. I should have started off with this video with a handless combo and then handless combo Infinity afterwards, but whatever. Still, 2 different skills, handless combo and handless combo Infinity, both right there. Start the board with whatever synchro you want to go with and 0 starting hand. So that's super cool right there, but I guess it's going to do it for today's data mine video. This one feels super short compared to my other ones, but that's just because there wasn't as much to talk about compared to my previous videos. But nonetheless, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Data mine video. I'm going to be releasing probably 3 more data mine videos for you guys, so be sure to go subscribe to the channel and check out those videos when I upload them later. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to go hit that like button down below. And yeah, that's going to kind of do it for me, guys, today. Thank you guys so much for the support on these videos, and I'll go catch you guys in the next video. See you later.